Research Proposal, AEP 803 Educational Research, Suzanne Bourret. My research purpose for my study was to determine the need for a focused pathway education system for students at the high school level to increase success in pursuing trade, vocational, or college degrees. I feel that this is a large need, especially in schools today. There's so much activity that goes on with students that they don't really know where to focus or how to focus, what they want to do with their life. And since society has become such a fast-paced, instant gratitude type of a world, a focus, I think, would be ideal for students to be able to succeed. Research topic. My question was, would developing a pathway system to focus high school coursework for students based on predetermined post-secondary route, increasing education beyond high school, such as trade school, collegiate level, associate, bachelor, master, or doctoral degree? My professional education and background. I have bachelor's in both business management and accounting. I have a master's degree in a master's in business administration, as well as I am currently pursuing my building leadership principal master's and have one course left to complete. And I have educational licenses in both elementary education and business education at the high school level. As far as professional and personal educational experience, my professional experience is somewhat limited as far as the years that I have been truly in the field. For elementary, I have 2 years in the field with kindergarten and third grade teaching experience. High school, I have 3 years teaching experience, business and computers. All 5 of these years have been at a variety of schools. I've been at a 3A school, a private Catholic school, and a 1A school. And personally, my education, primary and secondary, 13 years of schooling, of course, and my 3 bachelors and 2 masters, a combination of 12 years. I say 3 bachelors because I have all of the requirements to obtain a actual elementary teaching degree, but I chose not to pursue to actually graduate with that, even though I have the requirements to fulfill that. I felt like 2 bachelor's degrees was sufficient in that platform. Literature review. I had a variety of sources that were very current on the issue of pathway education, and by pathway education I mean actually creating a curriculum that focuses students once they're in the high school level into the path in which is best suited for them to be successful. All of my sources are current within 13 years of today's date, with the exception of 2. I have 2 older sources in 1999 and 97, but the other sources all are more current than that, with the majority of them being within 5 years of today. And as you see, these are the sources there. My literature map. As you can see, I started off with my research question. It is the very top blue line. Since I already had it, I'm not going to repeat it here. The next plan from my research map that I felt I needed to cover was school oversight, followed by the school vision and plan, then going into parent roles and student roles, and then breaking it into the pathways, which are workforce, vocational and trade school, and the college bound, which covers everything from associates to bachelor's to master's and on into doctoral. And then finally wrapping up my proposal with future and career connections. The school oversight is basically just the oversight of what the school needs to know as far as pathway education. Why is it important? How will it help the students? And how can they get everyone on board to follow that? The school vision and plan, this is more for the faculty and administration to see where they're heading with the changes to their curriculum, the research involved to benefit these changes, and how it will impact their students. The parent roles, the literature that I found for that is all discussing the importance of parents in the roles for students. How prepared are those parents to help their children make decisions for the rest of their lives? Do they have the financial backing? Do they have all of the information based on the coursework that their students need to take, or that I guess specifically their children need to take in regards to preparing them for the roles that they want? And are they helping their children succeed towards that? The student roles themselves is just being accountable, as well as being able to take the testing, have the grades to do what they want to do, and making sure that they're in communication with their school. Sorry about that. With their school administration, faculty, counselors, and their parents. And then from there it breaks down into the workforce, and there were several documents that I found that had information as to the success. As far as the workforce, it goes into the information about professionals and how they would have benefited had they had pathways, and what businesses are looking for. They want people to go into the career with the knowledge that they made the right choices and that they have the right people in the right positions. Vocational and trade school, that's one area that has done very well in working with pathways. The two that are a little less are college and workforce. And college bound is particularly what my study was the main focus, but not in its entirety. The school that I'm at, a lot of students do not seem to go on and pursue any kind of schooling other than maybe limited vocational, but the majority of them just go to the workforce. And I want this study to answer why they're not pursuing anything further beyond high school, and would pathway education help them? And then finally, future and career connections is just simply resources that talk about and show evidence for making solid choices, not just to be able to have money, but to actually truly be fulfilled in your career, and making sure that your career fits you and your style of not only learning, but being able to be successful at your job. Data collection. The data that I want to collect is ACT, SAT data, assessment scores, GPA, aptitude testing, interviews, observations, surveys, and post-graduation plans. The subjects would be the students, parents, faculty, and administration. Of course, from parents, faculty, and administration, the only thing that would be collected there would be interviews, observations, and surveys. Data analysis. It is important to revisit and collect data multiple times for my studies, particularly because of the fact that it is such a long period of time that I will be doing my study. I proposed that my study would cover freshmen through seniors, so obviously the seniors would only be tested during their senior year. The next group would have their junior and senior year to be tested. The sophomores would have 3 years to be tested, and the freshmen would actually be the most in-depthly tested along with the faculty and administration for the full 4-year period. The student results will be broken down based on grade level, exam scores, survey information, post-graduation plans, and be reported in a variety of charts and graphs. There will also be narrative parts which will be included based on observations, interviews, and surveys. And again, as previously stated, it will conclude over a 4-year period, specifically just the study portion. Validity and reliability. I did not want to invalidate my data, so I decided to limit the amount of time subjects would be required to complete test interviews and be able to be observed. Freshmen would be over their 4-year period, the juniors over their 3-year period, sophomores over their 3-year period, juniors over their 2-year period, and seniors just the one. The schedule is set up according to the year that they're in high school, and they alternate as to not skew the data. Parents are only going to be surveyed one time, and faculty and administration 4 separate times, once annually during the study. Ethical concerns. This is of high importance due to the information being collected, and the information I'm talking about is the grades, GPA, ACT, and SAT scores, and the aptitude tests. Names will not be used, and numbers assigned to all individuals discussed. The school district will not be identified other than by the size of the school and the state, and a consent form completed by all study participants. Limitations. I feel that the biggest limitation to this type of a study is the fact that I'm having a small research pool, and the school district that I'm proposing to research is a 1A school district, and it may not be a true indication of how pathways might positively impact a larger student population. And one of the other large limitations is the fact that it is a 4-year study time frame, and that doesn't include the compilation of all of the data and actually reporting it. So it could actually end up being up to a 5-year study by the time everything is said and done. And so my hope is that pathway education could actually be implemented before the study would be concluded. But if not, at least we would know that pathway education could make a impact with the students and maybe start to change whether or not they pursue education beyond high school and on into college and above. Thank you.